We'll just we'll just say the slight. We might make a howdy doody about it. It's just the slightly disappointing show bag.
So what is in the slightly disappointing show bag that you can win on our But I Won't Do That podcast?
Oh, you cheeky devil! What is in the bag?
So John and I were just talking about what we're going to give away in, if you listen to our last podcast, what we're going to give away in the But I Won't Do That competition. Is that the catchy name we decided to give it?
It's the... Yes, but I won't do that competition.
Okay, so you might notice that we've just uploaded a whole bunch of photos onto our Facebook group, which is the fan page for But I Won't Do That. Obviously, there's like more than 3 people on there now, which is really cool.
It is only for cool people. Can I just state that? If you're not cool, can you...
They won't be listening if they're not cool.
Okay. Actually, that's a very good point.
They'll be in the lab. They'll be in the library reading books and such.
Getting all clever and stuff.
Playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Getting through university.
Yeah, getting a good job. Being paid lots of money.
Like being like a doctor, dentist, or lawyer. Although, to be honest, I'm actually completely after the dental market here. Just seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we can go for dentists, because they got money, they got coin. So anyway, sorry, just thought I'd mention it.
Now I want to go brush my teeth.
Nah, don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
So we've just uploaded a whole bunch of photos. The beautiful Gaynor did a photo shoot for us tonight. And
surprise. It was all a surprise.
It was very impromptu. John turned up at about 6 o'clock tonight to the studio. And, I forgot to start our timer. I started a timer. We're starting a timer this week because this is...
We're in a race.
This is...
World's fastest podcast. Right, let's go. Go. Let's go. How many words can we get in 30 minutes? Let's go.
Okay, just look at the Facebook page. Look at the Facebook page and you'll figure it out. Okay, we've got some giveaways. So... John, you said we're going to do all the bullshit up front real fast.
Really quick.
Because we have got...
I'm just going to get it out of the way.
A podcast. We've got...
A very serious subject.
3 freaking pages of lyrics tonight.
We might not get through the whole song, but we'll give it a red hot.
So this may well be our very first 2-parter today.
That's a good idea.
So we may do a 2-parter. So that's why I've got the stopwatch going. Because when we hit our average podcast length time, which is about 30 minutes... we'll sign off and then we'll come back for part 2.
Fantastic.
Does that sound good?
That sound... you know what? I like that idea that you just sprung on me absolutely randomly. With absolutely no consultation.
I wrote you a letter about it last week. I put it in the post. I put it...
Dude, I've been on Mars.
Again?
Yeah, I'm back and forth all the time. Me and Elon, we're just hanging out, bro.
Far out. I think... Actually, you're spending a bit too much time with him.
You think?
Yeah.
No.
A little bit.
I'm not getting any funny ideas or anything.
Really?
What's I'm changing the name of one of my kids to XP442739.
That's the name of my kids.
Oh, I'll change it then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could
sorry.
you?
Yeah, I will. I'll change it to something equally...
It's like that time you used to hang out with Prince. Speaking of Prince, who would have thought that a 5-foot-tall guy who wears high heels and dresses in purple would be as popular as he was?
Absolutely, but he, some people say he was a genius.
Oh, no doubt he was a genius. We have to do a Prince song at some stage.
Absolutely, we will.
Hey, put it in on the Facebook page. What Prince song should we do? Like, there's so many really, really good ones.
And so many with absurd lyrics as well.
Yeah.
But, yeah, sounds brilliant.
So you have chosen this week's. I chose last week's, which was... Gosh, it was so bloody long ago. What was it last week? Private Dancer. Tina Turner.
How long ago was that? That was like a week ago.
7 days ago.
Yeah, 7 days. Would you believe it? I'm wearing the same clothes.
Would you believe it? I'm sitting in the same seat.
Oh,
would you believe? You haven't even finished your drink from last week.
I know. You know what? Your house must be freezing because the ice cube's still in it.
Oh, don't ruin the magic, John. Don't ruin the magic.
Ruining magic is what I do.
This podcast surely is live.
Absolutely. You know what? When they're listening to it, this is when we're doing it. That's why there's so many mistakes, because we don't edit them out.
To prove it's live, have a look at the time on your clock right now. Look at it. Now, come on, seriously. Have a look at the time on the clock right now. I'm going to do this. Ready? Mm-hmm. That's what time it is right now.
Proof.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Yep.
All right.
Proved it. So, should we jump in?
Because I had the same time as well.
Yeah, well, that's what proves it.
I know. It's brilliant.
Smooth brain. So, we are doing a song of your choosing this week, and it is a song that I have heard of before.
It's quite a famous song by a very famous band. A little band I like to call, and a lot of other people like to call, in fact, everyone who's ever heard of it, call it Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin.
And we are doing the classic Stairway to Heaven.
No stairway denied. So I listened to a podcast this week about a Led Zeppelin. Mm-hmm. I listened to the story of the Hindenburg this week. A podcast. I did quite a long drive this week. For those of you that don't know, I drive a lot in my job. Do about 1,500
the Zeppelin, as in the balloon,
as in the Hindenburg, right? Yeah. So how many people do you think were on the Hindenburg?
I don't actually know that.
Okay, so there were 36 people on the Hindenburg and 26 staff, roughly, on the Hindenburg. How many? So in a percentage, like half, quarter, third, 2/3 sort of thing, how many people that were on it do you think survived?
Judging by the footage and not knowing how many survived, I would have said 0.
What if I said 2/3 of the people survived?
Really? That surprises me. But yeah, wow.
Yeah, one guy in particular who survived was a contortionist, and he jumped out, and it was like this whole big story. It's on a podcast called Just the Gist. It was really really cool. I like those guys a lot. In fact, I stole our intro a bit from their intro, and but his dog died, which was kind of sad. But anyway, I just bring that up because it's a Led Zeppelin.
On the Zeppelin.
On the Zeppelin, yeah, his dog died.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, which is really sad. But
that was the saddest bit for me.
Because the Led Zeppelin's whole album cover is the Hindenburg.
Yes, I have seen that. I'm not like a massive fan of, I like Led Zeppelin songs and...
Sorry, can you hear this? That's the quality of the paper that John prints on.
Mate, you know why I do that?
Holy
I do not
crap.
sprint. I print all my... And I'll tell you why I do it.
This is like 60 GSM.
No, that normal 80. Paper is 80. That's 125. And the reason I do that is, Grant, I am so strong that when I hold regular paper, it just goes... I can't do it, so I have to print out thicker paper.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well,
I mean, either that or I couldn't find the regular A4, and this is all I could find.
This is so close to cardboard.
Nice. Isn't it beautiful in your hand? It's got heft. It's got heft.
Because I held it up to the light to see if there was 2 pieces of paper stuck together.
No. I know it's beautiful. I might not go back to thinner paper.
Okay, real quick, I've got to do a bit of housekeeping. Welcome everybody to this week's podcast, which is called, but I won't do that. It's a weekly podcast where myself, Grant Mullen, and my friend John Menezies talk about song lyrics in case you just didn't know, and we talk about them in one way or the other, whether you're going to love the song forever or not like it a little bit more. And we have a theme song. Here it is. I'll do it real quick. John just made an interesting point too. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but what you hear in these podcasts is very much what you get. We don't go back and edit things out. People are listening to that now, John, going, don't you? Because you're so polished. Yes, this is just us riffing for 30 minutes-ish straight. So we've got the next 25 minutes or so, we'll be talking about this one, John. So, Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin,
Led Zeppelin, but also covered by a gentleman called Rolf Harris. I wonder what he's doing now.
Sorry, you've just shooketh me. Did he do it on the wobble board?
Yeah, he had a wobble board, and it was all... So it was like, there's a lady, I'm sure.
I thought you were going to do it. I was going to do the wobble.
The glitters is gone, and she's buying the stairway to heaven. When she gets there, she knows if the store will close.
Sorry, your face is killing me.
I don't even know what face I'm doing.
Your face was scrunched up like someone had a finger under your nose with a bit of like poo smell or something.
Interesting that I wasn't directly trying to sound like Rolf Harris, but it is interesting that I...
No. Yeah. Hang on. Are you saying that wasn't your...
That scrunched up my face. Like, I don't want to do this, no!
I didn't sound like a wobble board either, but...
That's actually pretty good, actually.
Was it?
It spurred me on, Grant. It spurred me on to carry on. Your verbal wobble board.
It was my first time.
Bit of verbal wobble.
It's my first time impersonating a wobble.
You know what? When you do your verbal wobble for the first time, it's a beautiful moment.
I could have used your...
Oh, the paper. Yes, I know. It's like a sheet of aluminium.
Alrighty, come on.
All right.
How are we going to play this out tonight? Tonight. Welcome to Today Tonight.
I'm just going to read it out. You know
Okay,
what?
well,
You know why? Because there's a lady who's sure.
Yeah.
You know what she's sure of?
No.
All that glitters is gold.
Hang on. All that glitters is gold?
Well, she's sure. She's sure that all that glitters is gold.
So my father-in-law had his laser eye surgery done, like years and years and years ago.
Yep.
Like probably, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. And what he noticed that when he drove at night time, the traffic lights and the street lights looked like stars. Like they hadn't quite got the laser eye surgery as perfect as he did now. So like it was like starbursts and stuff. So do you think maybe she's had that done? So that's why she's sort of thinking that...
She's very specific about the metal or the element that is glittering, considering how many things glitter.
I suppose. So she's not saying everything's glittering. She's saying that everything that is glittering is gold.
Is gold. She's looking at a diamond going, that's glittering. Well, it must be gold.
So she obviously
that car's windscreen, glittering, made of gold. Maybe, I don't know. But she's sure, and she's probably wrong, but she's sure.
Remember we talked before about people with smooth brains?
Yes.
I think she has one.
She has a smooth
If you don't know what a smooth brain is and you're listening, just after this podcast, just go Google, do I have a smooth brain?
Well, I think she might have a smooth brain because of the next line. Okay. After all that, she thinks that everything glitters is gold.
Yeah.
And she's buying a stairway to heaven.
Oh, now, hang on a minute. So... I don't know. Look, I do know a fair bit about heaven. Well, I don't really, but I know what I think.
Yes,
I know
absolutely.
what I think about heaven, right? So I have my thoughts, my opinions, and so on. So I've got two thoughts on heaven, right?
Okay.
Either it's up a long way, or it's a parallel dimension, very, very close.
Yes.
So she's either bought a multi-dimensional kind of quantum stairway.
Yes.
Or she's gone to Bunnings and had to borrow a 60 million wheel trailer to take it home.
Yeah.
So,
and you know what? And if it is that big, NASA's going to have problems with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're building a stairway that big. And why not a ladder? Like if it's...
Her options are huge. So it's an actual... Is it a moving stairway or like a...
Well, I seem to feel that she may be... She could be an employee for an airline. And maybe when it says... she's buying a stairway. Yeah. Maybe she really, really is buying a mobile stairway to get to a plane. But to heaven, it's a long way. Could heaven be the
Wish my son was here, because that's what he does for a living. He's one of the guys that rolls the stairs out to planes. He's a rampy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a rampy. So that's what they call it. They're ramps. They're ramps.
Yeah.
So
does he know the lady who buys the stairways? Because maybe we could get some clarification from her.
I think it's worth asking him. And if I wasn't using my phone for a timer, I'd try and get him on the phone. But he has been to the dentist today, so...
Dad, I don't want to talk about work. Why are you calling me about work? Get back to your podcast.
Right, sorry, Jack.
Sorry, that wasn't my impression of your son.
But he sounds a lot like you.
Does he?
Yeah.
He sounds daft as well.
Hang on, I meant British.
Oh, British? Yeah.
Right, that's it. There's going to be a DNA test. So she's buying a stairway. Where?
Well...
Where would one purchase? So you're thinking maybe at the airport surplus store?
Well, I don't know. They must build these things new at a truck factory or something.
I suppose.
But it doesn't matter because you know what?
What?
When she gets there, she knows. So it doesn't matter where it is.
Oh, yeah.
But...
she's a very certain kind of person, isn't she?
Yeah, she's got like a weird delusion, and now she's trying to buy vehicle, ramps up to planes. It's a weird occupation and way to live.
Well, I wonder what she's like, how she's funding this. Or actually, let's roll back a bit. Who's building these stairways, and what is the materials they're made from? Because a stairway to heaven could potentially collapse under its own weight if it's made of hardwood.
Yes. Well, the regular stairway is made out of aluminium, which is fine for a short staircase.
Or for our American listeners...
aluminum.
That's right.
Of course, aluminium, as we all know, has no fatigue limit. So when it starts swaying...
I didn't know this. I didn't know this. Because you work with metal.
I work with metals. Steel, you know, if you have a steel... I'm going to explain metals to you.
Yeah,
you know how steel... You could have a steel ruler.
What you're explaining
steel. I'm holding an invisible steel ruler in my hand.
But it looked like you were tweaking nipples with your fingers.
No, it was money. I was going money.
Oh, money.
Like, you know how you can get a steel ruler
and
you can flex it almost forever. But if the second you do that to aluminium and start flexing it, it begins to break down, and it only has so many cycles. It might be 1,000,000 bends in it, but when you've got it in a motor mount or a boat that vibrates, that's why they don't build trailers out of aluminium, because they have to flex and absorb vibration.
Right.
So there you go. So aluminium has no fatigue limit, and the fatigue limit is the point where a metal begins to fatigue in its flex.
So my caravan...
Bit of education for you.
My caravan chassis is made out of aluminium.
As long as it's been designed to do it, it'll be fine. But it will probably collapse underneath you one day.
Oh, good.
I thought you were being serious then.
No.
It really is aluminium.
It is aluminium.
It is. Well, it's probably designed to do it.
Yeah.
Aluminium, like in aircraft, and that's why aluminium's always looks over-engineered, because it's so light compared to steel. They have to over-engineer it so there's zero flex.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Anyway.
So there's a test.
cycles.
There is also a test on this at the end.
Yeah. I hope everyone's taking notes, because there will be an exam.
And we've taken the rewind function off this podcast, so, bad luck if you weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway, you've got to have your ear holes open. All right. Shall I continue on with the lecture?
Yes, please.
All right. Anyway, if the stores are all closed, with a word, she can get what she came for.
Who is this woman?
I think she knows the manager.
Is she the queen? She's Karen.
Karen. She's Karen with a word. Oh, she can get what she came for, and she wants a stairway to heaven.
So I'm sorry, ma'am. We are all out of stairways right now.
You know what? I've just realised, Grant, I don't know what the word is. I was going to join in with you on the riff, but
make it
with a word. All right, hold on.
Make it
again.
up.
All right, you're right.
Right, just going to get back into character.
I'm back in character. Right, the stores are all closed. Right, excuse me.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We are all out of stairways.
Potato?
Except for you, ma'am.
I had the magic word. See? You know what? That works really well.
I actually wasn't expecting the word potato.
It doesn't matter, because we move on.
We do.
Ooh. And...
Hang on, I hadn't read down to the next line. I'm looking down at the recording. I'm making sure that everything's working okay, and I'm looking at the console. I'm making sure all the lights and everything. I'm looking at the timer. I'm making sure everything's good. And I just looked up at John. John and I are sitting directly opposite each other at a table, sharing a microphone. And I look up and he's just looking at me going, ooh.
Oh, your face was priceless. Oh. Anyway, hold on. I've still got a couple of oohs to go.
I felt like I was on the worst episode of Perfect Match. Anyway, go.
Where was I?
Ooh.
Let me finish my oohs. Ooh. And she's buying a stairway to heaven.
As well
as buying a stairway to heaven, yeah.
So what else is she doing?
I don't know, aside from her strange ideas. Well, it doesn't matter, you know what? Because this will tell us.
Yeah.
There's a sign on the wall.
Is it that exit sign from last episode? Alex.
Yeah, it's the same one. One from Tina Turner. Tina Turner's private dancing club.
That's it.
It's the same one. So she's there. Anyway.
There's a sign on the
wall. But she wants to be sure.
Yeah. Well, of course. I mean, she's Karen.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you know.
Potato.
Because you know. Potato. Sometimes.
That's going to be a potato in the show bag as well.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea.
A potato.
People will be thrilled.
Yeah.
What did we discuss calling it before? But I won't do that. Slightly disappointing show bag. Yeah, that was it. All right, yeah. That's what it is from now on. It'll even be written on the bag in biro. And
also, we will include used show note song lyrics.
Oh, yes.
Yep,
that's a nice idea. With the you'll need to wear special... I'm super strong. I can handle this heavy paper, and so can Grant, because he's been properly trained.
I have.
This 127 gram paper.
Yeah.
It's heavy. You'll need gloves.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Riggers gloves.
Yeah, riggers gloves, maybe welder's gloves. They'll be perfectly fine.
Not nitrile gloves. They won't cut it.
No.
Not your powder-free latex.
No,
they
you
won't
can't
cut
have
it.
Look, an old set of motorbike gloves or gardening gloves will do in a pinch. But still be careful.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So carry on. There's a sign on the wall.
But she wants to be sure.
Why?
Because, sometimes words have two meanings.
Do you have an example of this?
In a tree by the brook.
Hang on, no, do you have an example of words with
I
two
thought that
meanings?
might be an example. Turns out it's just more babbling rubbish.
What's a word with two meanings?
Neat.
Okay, neat.
Something can be physically neat, or you go, neat.
Okay,
Like,
that's
it's
really...
nice.
You just thought of that off the cuff.
Yes.
Wow, you are a cunning linguist.
There, and there. I'm a very cunning linguist.
Yes.
Very good at it. So much so I stumbled over the actual word when I said it. But
But
anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so words can have two meanings. If you know any words that have two meanings, make sure you put it in the Facebook page. Go on, John.
In a tree.
In a
by
tree.
the brook.
In a tree.
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 There's a songbird who sings. I think we're off the stairway by now. I don't know what's going on.
And this is... So she was in a shop.
She was in a shop, and now she's in a tree by the brook. Maybe it's behind the shop, and she's just gone to wander around.
It must be windows.
Yeah, maybe she's looking out a window in the the truck stairway shop.
Oh, there's a songbird who sings.
There's a songbird who sings. Nice. It probably sounds lovely.
Go ahead. What's it singing?
He's singing.
Twiddly diddly dee. Twiddly diddly dee. Twiddly diddly dee. Woo.
I tried to whistle, but mouth.
Tweet. Tweet. Tweet.
Very nice. Sometimes all of our thoughts are misgiven.
Mine were.
When?
Oh, misgiven. She was my grade 3 teacher.
Oh, well, I couldn't relate to this. I didn't even know what it meant. Thank goodness you can relate to this.
Yeah, oh, she was lovely.
How old were you?
I was in grade 3. I don't know. How old were you in grade
so
3?
is
It was
it
26.
kind of
I think I was 26.
So it was for you, misgiven, was like an awakening of an attraction for an older woman. When you were young, it was a very important time for you.
Yeah.
An awakening of your sexuality, an awakening of your eyes to the beauty of... Oh, that's a beautiful moment. And it's immortalised in a song.
I remember I used to go home from grade 3 really excited and I'd say, "Hey, Dad, I've got the biggest dick in grade 3. He'd say, "So you should, you dumb shit. You're 26 years old." Should I record a disclaimer for this week's episode as well?
We'll discuss it with the lawyers again, and we will... Yeah, we'll talk.
They're
we'll see
busy.
what happens.
They're busy, those
They're very
lawyers.
busy with us, aren't they?
I wonder if we can get sponsorship from a law firm.
That would be brilliant. You know what? We're going to need it.
I know someone that works in a law firm.
I know someone as well.
Yeah, so if Wallace Wilkinson and Webster in Hobart want to sponsor us, Natasha...
Yeah, sounds great.
She's probably going to ring me.
Just so what Wallace Wanker and Wilkinson.
No, don't say, no.
No, sorry, that was me joking. I misspoke.
Now I'm in.
I can't even remember where I was going
Now
with
I'm
that.
in proper trouble.
No, that was me.
I know.
I'm a bad person. Don't worry about it.
She's not going to call you and say, "Mate, you're going to edit that podcast and take that out."
No, that's right.
It'll be me.
Yeah.
It'll be me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Tash. Sorry.
I'm just saying it. I was
Everybody
until I
at
said
a law
that
firm.
it was going to be very good for them.
They are a fantastic law firm. They are actually our law firm. So, and my daughter's now too. So there you go.
I don't have
We
a law
trust
firm.
them.
I don't have any legal trouble personally.
You will.
Because the cops
You
haven't got
will
to me.
after this.
The cops haven't got to me yet. I know they're onto you, but they haven't found me. So anyway, from that, it's just
John Menzies, 26 Oedipus Street, Pittsburgh.
it's past the statute of limitations, but that bank van we knocked over. You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of statute of limitations, I thought you were actually... Remember you said that you were in jail for statutory rape, but if you knew it was a statue, you wouldn't have done it.
I'm glad it went in that direction. Oh.
The look of utter terror on your face. As I was saying that. Yeah, we did knock over a bank van, but we didn't mean it.
We didn't. I mean, it was just a bit of fun. Just a bit of fun a long time ago.
Yeah, we didn't see it there and we just knocked it over because we're so massive.
Because we're driving a dump truck like in Heat. With the boys.
Ooh.
Yeah, we knocked it over. And
Heat, that's Pacino De Niro, right?
Yeah, one of my favourite movies of all time.
So what if I do have a gun? Yeah, good movie.
Beautiful, love it. Anyway.
So what about all of this? So she's really certain. Are you certain about this?
Ooh, and it makes me wonder.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Come again.
Oh, and it makes me wonder.
Oh, what about?
Well, there's a feeling I get.
Hang on, but you have had a broken bone recently.
Oh, yeah. That's pain.
Is it that?
That feeling I get's pain.
Is it?
Yeah, physical pain.
When do you get it?
Oh, when I look to the west.
So I instantly know how to cure this.
Really?
Stop looking to the west.
But I don't know what, unless I have a compass in front of me. I need to just have a compass.
Just carry a compass with you.
Carry a compass, never look to the west.
How come you don't carry
For some reason, I'm looking at my left shoulder. I don't know why.
You just did it again.
Yeah, I know.
Was there It made you wonder.
Ooh, it made me wonder.
Okay, so there's a feeling you get when you look to the west, possibly from your broken bone. What is that bone? That's ulnar and radius in the forearm. What's that one?
Humerus?
Is it?
The humerus?
I thought humerus
radius,
was...
ulnar, no, it is the humerus. The bone is the humerus.
I thought it was just your forearm. Bone. No, that's your... Is it humerus?
Tricep, humerus.
There you go. So you broke your humerus. Was it funny?
It was not funny at all.
No.
And I did not enjoy any of it.
It's weird that they call it a humerus.
Yeah, and it was a terrible time. They shouldn't have called it a humerus because I didn't have a good time with this.
But when the doctors were sitting around, they weren't going, what do we call this one? Oh, this one really hurts when you break it.
I think they probably got through that joke in year one of doctor training, maybe. Maybe that is year one.
When they were naming the bones, like they got through all the phalanges and the other things, when they got to this thing, they'd just run out of names by the time they got to that one.
Maybe so.
Because it's all the other things.
It could have just as easily become the bing bong.
So you've got the bing bong.
Break your bing bong bone.
I'll break my bing bong.
Break my bing bong bone.
I'll break my bing bong bone. My bing bong bone.
Don't break my bing bong bone. Oh. It was too close to bamboo spoons. Bamboo spoons. Everybody, I can't even remember how it went.
We will also include some bamboo spoons in the show bag.
Oh, okay. You can.
I sell them.
I mean, you can get those.
No, I have some samples. I have some
samples. Brilliant. You know what?
I've got to start writing it down.
Bag is only going to be slightly disappointing. It might actually end up being a not that disappointing show bag.
Bamboo spoons. I'm writing them down. There's going to be a T-shirt in there as well.
Yeah, and a book.
And a book. So there's a lot to win. Okay, so we're rolling along here. So there's a feeling you get when you look to the west.
And my spirit is crying for leaving.
I don't understand the words you're saying.
Well, my spirit is crying.
Why?
For leaving. Well, I've left and my spirit's crying. My spirit's crying. What do you think I mean?
How?
It's just crying.
But how?
The spirit misses something. I don't know.
How does that operate? My spirit. Well, I can say if I'm crying, that's my body crying, right?
Yeah.
So how does one's spirit cry for leaving? Or is that more like, it's a yearning sort of thing?
Is this from the point of view of the guy whose girlfriend is the one trying to buy the Stairway to Heaven?
Holy crap. Is this...
So my spirit is crying. If it's a Stairway to Heaven that she's trying to buy...
Yeah.
Is he leaving? Maybe he can't... He can't get on his private jet that he's called Heaven.
It's a song about
like Virgin Airlines.
I was going to say it's about Richard Branson. It's Richard Branson.
This is Richard Branson's
It's a story of Richard. It's freaking Richard Branson, man.
Wow.
See, normally people just listen to this song and they enjoy the melody.
And it's beautiful. They go, aren't the lyrics mysterious? Yeah. But they don't know.
We get to the truth.
We sort it out.
Dun, dun.
Wow, Richard Branson.
Yep.
It should be renamed. You know what? I'm going to write a strongly worded letter to whoever runs all the Led Zeppelin stuff and say, look, you need to change that.
I think we should probably explain these next few bits here.
Which bits? Lyrics such as, in my thoughts I have seen.
Yeah.
Rings of smoke through the trees.
So he's in Bridgewater.
Well, either that or he's just smoking weed. Waiting for his girlfriend to bring back the Stairway so he can get onto his aeroplane.
So his spirit's crying. He's seeing smoke through the tree, rings of smoke through the trees. And what else?
and the voices of those who stand looking. Which is unhelpful. They're just standing looking.
What if the rings of smoke through the trees are like a house fire that's going on?
And he's just...
People just standing there looking. His spirit's crying. He's got a sore arm when he's looking over his left shoulder. I think this guy's in some serious trouble, John. But you know what?
What?
We have to find out a little bit more about him in part B or part 2 of this podcast. Or part 2. Alrighty. Hey, just hang on a sec, guys. We'll be back next week.
Хорошо живет на свете гений, пух. Оттого поет он эти песни вслух. И неважно, чем он занят, если он толстеть не станет. А ведь он толстеть не станет.